Tonight on Evening, it's the 125th birthday of Mount Rainier National Park.
They want to come here, they want to be here. It's a special place.
From the volunteers in charge of preserving the mountain's magic to the adventurers who trek to the top, the mountain is out and we're celebrating.
Hello and welcome to Evening. We are in paradise. I'm Jose Cedeño and I'm coming to you from Mount Rainier National Park. The mountain is not 100% out, but trust me, we have tons in our show. And why are we here? Well, it's because it's the 125th anniversary of this place. I'll talk to the park superintendent to see how we can celebrate.
It's a mountain that people see out their windows of their backyards all over the Pacific Northwest. They want to come here, they want to be here. It's a special place.
Is there a way that people can celebrate this 125 years?
Absolutely. So very specifically, every Wednesday night for people that come to Paradise, we've been having a speaker series at 7 o'clock at the Paradise Inn. More generally speaking, to come to the park. It's 125th celebration. Maybe take a trail that they haven't walked on before, or bring a friend or a family member. Have a family reunion here or a picnic. But the important thing is, come to the mountain, come to the park.
Now, if you have the chance to give Mount Rainier a gift, what will you give?
A gift for Mount Rainier. Well, you know that saying that special places don't stay special by accident. What we would love to see is people taking 125 minutes of their time to volunteer, not necessarily here, though they're welcome. Take 125 minutes and put some effort, put some work, put some energy into that place, that special place, to help keep it special.
Mount Rainier National Park may be 125 years old, but this place has been important for many people for generations, even before it was called Rainier. Here's Saint.
The mountain is our life giver, and she is sacred. Everything that we need has come from her. We go there when we're lost, we go there when we need to pray, we go there to keep our traditions alive.
To visit the mountain is to hike through a sacred place, a healing space, the grandmother to many of the people who have lived here thousands and thousands of years before British explorer George Vancouver decided to name it after an admiral he befriended.
You're referring to Rainier? Yeah, we call it the R word around here.
Rear Admiral Peter Rainier would never see the mountain.
Rainier was anti-American. He didn't want the United States to even exist or even succeed. But yet we have this most beautiful and majestic mountain in the Pacific Northwest named after this anti-American guy.
There is a generation among the Puyallup tribe of Indians taking newfound pride in their heritage, their culture, even their language. In a conference room on this day, the only language that can be spoken is Lushootseed, a language shared with 12 other tribes around Puget Sound.
We have to make the choice to speak it. So we went from no speakers to today we have over 200 speakers.
Many of the words sound like what they mean.
The salt water is chulch. Chulch. Sounds like waves crashing on the beach. Ah, ah. So that's a crow, obviously.
As for the true name of the mountain,
That's a great question. There is no correct name for the mountain. Taquotma, Taquotbud, Taquotba.
Pacoltma. Don't forget the water.
Cedar Weaver Hanford McLeod is a member of the Nisqually Indian tribe. For 10,000 years, his people have gathered red cedar, medicine, and teas on the mountain. Now visits are carefully documented.
My grandfather, he'd always say that natural law was made for us to live in harmony. When man made law, he made it to break it, and that's what he does today.
To the 2 million people who will visit the mountain this year, some advice.
She is the mother, so treat her like you would your mother. Enjoy the land up there, but enjoy it respectively, so that she can continue to offer what she does to us, which is life.
It's not unusual to change a mountain's name. They did it in Alaska when they changed Mount McKinley to Denali. Now, do you know that about 11,000 people try to summit Mount Rainier every year, and really about half of them really make it all the way? Well, here's how you can really check out how that venture goes.
It's a pretty famous mountain, the most glaciated mountain in lower 48. It's a pretty special thing to see.
It's the big mountain around here, obviously, and it's got everything that you want from a mountain to train for the big peaks of the world. It's got glaciers, and it's got big storms, it's got mountain weather, it's got elevation.
The magnitude of it, I mean, people think it's kind of a walk up, but it's pretty tough.
It's always, you can hear it 100 times of what it's like to climb that mountain or how hard it was, but you don't really get to experience it until you're there. You're not being prepared on the front end in terms of physical fitness. That's something that you just can't acquire while you're on the mountain.
Somebody who's moderately fit is kind of the minimum to where you'd want to start training. Some people might want to start a year in advance. Then you want to be able to walk about 1,000 feet of vertical up an hour. Really what you want to shoot for is being able to carry that 40-pound pack uphill, walking on rough terrain, up and down, especially in the snow.
You have to have a lot of muscular endurance in your lower body. You have to have a strong back, but I think you have to have a lot of mental fortitude and mental stamina as well. A lot of people who are in incredible physical shape struggle to make it up Mount Rainier, but have that mental edge because you can push yourself to do things you never thought you were capable of.
Start at Paradise and walk up to Camp Muir. That's a pretty long walk. It's about 4,500 feet of elevation gain.
It's going to be hiking for, say, 5 to 6 hours to get to Camp Muir, taking just, say, 4 breaks, walking an hour, hour and a half at a time with a 40-plus pound pack is huge. It's climbing at altitude.
We do our snow school. We learn self-arrest,
Falling!
cramponing techniques, and how to be a member of a rope team on a glacier. We walk up to our Ingraham Flats camp. It's at 11,200 feet. Spend the night there. Usually a pretty early wake-up time for the next morning.
Pretty extreme, difficult routes. Mount Rainier has glaciers and they're kind of rivers of ice, and the rapids are where crevasses form. If you happen to fall into one, you got to be able to get out, and if you can't, then that's a problem. What's important is it's not getting to the top, it's not even having a good time, it's getting home.
Mount Rainier will let you climb it when Mount Rainier wants you to climb the mountain. We can do our best, but at the end of the day, it's totally the mountain's say.
Okay, safety is always more important than summiting the mountain. And anyways, it was one of the adventures of my life that I will never forget. How respectful I am from this mountain? Well, I inked it on my own arm.
Up next, it's a volunteer job with a dream location and a romantic name. Meet Mount Rainier's Meadow Rovers. And later, the Tacoma photographer who lit up the entire mountain for a record-breaking shot.
Okay, we're lit up.
Local stories make a difference. With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Welcome back to the show from Mount Rainier National Park, and look, it's getting better, you see? Yes. Well, many people come here to hike. Here in Paradise, there's 73 trails, and to keep those trails open, we have to follow some basic hiking rules. Here's an expert to tell us what to do.
Hi guys, my name is Tammy Asars. I'm a guidebook author for Mountaineers Books and an outdoors writer in general. And today we're at Titsu Lake at Mount Rainier National Park. And it's the perfect place to get a quick review on trail etiquette. So we're here at a spot where it's a really great idea to stay on the trail. The sign is obviously reminding us here because we're in a national park, but in other places you do want to be aware of your footprints and where you're walking. There's some absolutely gorgeous flowers blooming right now. It's kind of the peak of the wildflower season, and we just want to make sure we're doing our part to not disturb the natural vegetation. So this is a western anemone. It actually looks a little Dr. Seussy. It's like a bloom you can groom, and it would be awesome in a bouquet. But not the best idea because those sweet little seed pods need to regerminate and bloom again next year. So we'll let it be and admire it from afar, but it does look like 80s rock star band hair. Have you ever been on a narrow hiking trail and wondered when you meet another hiker coming down, who has the right-of-way? Well, in this case, I have the right-of-way. Technically, it's me because I'm going uphill and I'm huffing and puffing harder trying to get to the summit. This thing, I brought this Bluetooth speaker along today to say, please don't. We don't need it. We have the beautiful soundtrack of nature. When nature calls, ugh, don't be that guy. Instead, pack your toilet paper out with you or dig a cat hole at least 6 to 8 inches deep, at least 200 feet away from streams, lakes, and trails. Hi guys, have a nice hike. The main thing is we just want to keep these areas pristine for future generations and to keep them looking like this. But the #1 rule of all of this is to have fun. Mother Nature is magical and awesome.
Tammy's book, Day Hiking Mount Rainier, is a pretty good guide for this park. But are you thinking of taking it to the next level? Have you ever thought about being a meadow rover?
2 million people a year visit Mount Rainier National Park. Volunteer meadow rovers roam the trails helping visitors to learn more about the park.
Keep an eye out on dead horse. Sometimes we see marmots along here.
And also helping them treat it gently so that the future visitors can soak up that beauty too. It's nice to see members of our King 5 family like Diane Lewis and Linda Barron volunteering for the National Park Service.
It's so grand. And just being able to spend time out in nature and then teaching people about how to take care of the mountain and how to appreciate it, it's just the best.
And one of the ways that we can keep it pristine and wild is to make sure people stay on the trail and they don't feed the animals and that they don't trample the wildflowers. We want to keep it like a treasure.
Meadow rovers and other projects need funding. Here's a nonprofit that helps them out.
Washington's National Park Fund is the official philanthropic partner to Washington's 3 largest national parks, North Cascades, Olympic, and of course, Mount Rainier. Our role is to raise funds to support park projects. Here at Mount Rainier, we fund everything from the volunteer program to meadow restoration efforts, trail maintenance, programs that bring young people and their families into the parks. If you've visited Mount Rainier, you know how special it is. And at Washington's National Park Fund, we really do think it's all of our roles as visitors to give back to this place.
When it comes to visiting Mount Rainier, making it all the way here is just half the fun. In Ashford, Washington, there's a roadside attraction that is pretty cool. Here's Saint with the story.
Everything has a purpose and you shouldn't get rid of stuff. You know, everything's recyclable.
Jay Bechtold's front yard is a rusting tribute to the vivid imagination.
This is my praying mantis, and it's made out of a whole bunch of different stuff.
Strange creatures and bizarre characters, even choppers, all share the grounds.
I love it. I mean, I live the dream. It's just really zen out here.
It's a dream that came to life decades ago when Jay's father-in-law, Dan Kleinert, began welding 1-ton sculptures for his 4-acre park. We met Dan back in '99.
I just had a dream of a place where people can come in and see and appreciate what I make out of junk.
Dan and Jay aren't just family, they're both sculptors.
One day, Jan called me and said, hey, I'm thinking about retiring and this is gonna be all yours. You need to take over. Well, I got excited because this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, is do art.
Like his father-in-law, Jay is a self-taught artist who likes to spark his imagination. Some visitors wonder if he's lighting up more than electrodes.
They're like, you know, you guys must do a lot of pot to be doing this kind of stuff. And we're like, no, building this stuff is like our drug. We get so excited when we build it.
They've built it, and people have come.
What I like is you get to meet somebody new every day. I get to meet people from Asia, Africa, Australia.
Now with son Dalton, a new generation may carry on this family tradition.
And he's always, hey, Dad, will you teach me how to weld? Will you teach me how to weld? And hopefully he'll want to take over too, you know?
There's always room for more imagination.
That Sculpture Park is open all year round. It's free, but of course they take donations.
Up next, the mountain is always out when you take this one-of-a-kind tour.
The view, it never gets old.
Welcome back to the show. You know, Mount Rainier have captured the imaginations of many. Back in 2005, a Tacoma photographer pretty much lit up the whole mountain for a groundbreaking photo. Here's Jim with a look back.
After the sun goes down, Michael Williams plans to capture Mount Rainier in a history-making light. Actually, dozens of lights.
About 60 large handheld spotlights.
The Tacoma photographer and his volunteer organization, the Northwest Light Brigade, are assembling at Ricksecker Point, overlooking Rainier's scenic Nisqually Glacier.
It's going to light that mountain.
Yeah, it will.
When the time is right, they'll focus nearly 60 spotlights at the mountain's summit, more than 5 miles away. If all goes according to plan, Michael will snap the world's largest artificially lit photo. Time to shed a little light on the subject. About 150 million candle power.
There it goes.
Okay, we're all lit up. Okay, that's pretty good. It's definitely visible.
A landscape of darkness comes alive in light. Some men dream of conquering mountains. Michael Williams is happy to let them shine.
That really can light up a mountain.
For another perspective on Mount Rainier, take to the skies. Here's Jim again.
On a clear day, Mount Rainier is visible south of Boeing Field, but it's hidden the day we're slated to go on a new sightseeing flight with Kenmore Air that's meant to show off the iconic mountain.
Basically, we'll take off out of Boeing Field, be an hour-and-a-half flight. We're going to go down around Mount Rainier, kind of take a loop around Mount St. Helens, usually come back by Rainier again, see the other side, and then work our way back into Seattle.
So anywhere you like.
The missing mountain doesn't worry Captain Canlin or pilot Ken Van Winkle.
Let's do it. Perfect. Most of the time, even when it's cloudy, you get up there and the clouds will usually stop right around 5,000 to 8,000 feet, and the mountain goes all the way up to 15. So we can usually go find it. And even if you can't see all of it, there's a lot of mountain there.
As the Cessna Caravan climbs, it pierces the clouds that have been sitting over Seattle. Suddenly, it's a sunny day, and the mountain is out. And this view of Rainier is unlike any other.
So it's the only tour in the lower 48 that goes around glaciers. It's pretty cool. I mean, we were sitting up front saying, you know, it's not terrible going to work when you're doing this every day.
The mountain is massive this close up, especially when you consider that this peak on its flank, Little Tahoma, is actually the 3rd tallest peak in Washington. Mount Adams is 2nd tallest. The scenic flight goes all the way to Mount St. Helens, the rim and crater barely visible today, then loops back to take in Mount Rainier one more time.
The view, it never gets old. I have thousands of pictures of Mount Rainier, but I always take more.
Then it's back to this pretty city, sitting under its cover of clouds. and we've figured out why Kenmore's newest scenic flight is so popular. People come for the mountain views and stay for the vitamin D.
It's a cloudy day in Seattle, but we were up sitting in the sun all day, worked on my tan a little bit, so you can't really beat that.
The scenic flight takes about 2 hours. Look for the volcano tour at Kenmore Air's website. Welcome back to the show, and thank you very much for hanging out with me in this beautiful place. It's time for me to take a hike, so see you later. Ciao!